before the money, before the power, before the world knew his name. There was just a boy, growing up in Medellín, a city filled with struggle, where opportunities were rare, and survival meant doing whatever it took. He wasn't born into wealth, he wasn't handed anything, but even at a young age, he refused to accept the life in front of him. He wanted more, not just a little more. Everything. While others followed the system, he studied its weaknesses. He learned early that rules were only as strong as the people enforcing them, and in a place where enforcement was weak, opportunity existed. It started small, selling items on the street, running petty scams, finding quick ways to turn nothing into something. Then it escalated. Car theft, black market deals, riskier moves, with bigger rewards. Every step pulled him deeper into a world where money came fast, but at a cost. Most people would have stopped, but not him, because by then, he wasn't just surviving anymore, he was building. Then came the moment that changed everything. He saw a product that most people didn't fully understand yet, but he did. Cocaine. At the time, demand was rising fast, especially in the United States, but supply disorganized, unstructured, full of gaps. And where others saw chaos, he saw a system waiting to be controlled. So he moved, not slowly, not carefully, but aggressively. He built connections, created routes, worked with producers. Then he took it further. Planes flying under radar, shipments moving across borders, networks expanding faster than anyone could track. This wasn't luck, this was strategy. And then it exploded. Pablo Escobar didn't just become rich, he became powerful. What started as operations turned into an empire. The Medellín Cartel, a machine that controlled the majority of the cocaine flowing into the United States. At his peak, he was earning tens of millions of dollars every single day. Money came in faster than it could be counted. Stacks of cash stored in warehouses, buried underground, lost to time because there was simply too much. But wealth like that changes a person, and for him, money was never the end goal, power was. He began to influence everything, communities, businesses, politics. To some people, he was a hero. He built houses for the poor, funded projects, gave back to neighborhoods that had nothing. But that was only one side of the story, because on the other side, there was fear. Control wasn't optional, it was enforced. Judges who refused to cooperate, silenced. Police who stood against him, eliminated. Politicians who resisted, removed from the equation. The message was clear. You were either with him or you were against him. And when an entire system begins to operate under fear, it stops being stable. It becomes a ticking clock. Violence escalated, bombings, assassinations, public chaos. Colombia was no longer just dealing with crime. It was dealing with war. The government pushed back, harder than ever before. International pressure grew, forces united against him, and for the first time, the man who once seemed untouchable became a target. Still, he didn't slow down because by then, there was no turning back. The empire had grown too big, too visible, too dangerous to exist quietly, and cracks began to form. Allies turned into liabilities. Operations became harder to control. The pressure never stopped building. For someone who once controlled everything, he began to lose control. The same system he manipulated started to close in. The money didn't matter anymore. The power didn't matter anymore, because none of it could buy what he needed most. Time. He moved constantly, stayed hidden, trusted fewer and fewer people, because the higher you rise, the fewer people you can trust. And eventually, there was nowhere left to go. The empire collapsed, not all at once, but piece by piece, until there was nothing left to hold it together. The man who once had unlimited power was now running from it, and just like that, it ended. But the story doesn't end there, because what he built left a mark on a country, on a system, on history itself. This isn't just a story about money. It's not just a story about power. It's a story about ambition without limits, and what happens when there are no boundaries to stop it. Because rising to the top is one thing,